We believe in taking it to the heart. We believe in taking it to the belly. We just real.
If your grandmother gave advice and then your mother gives advice, the torch passes from one generation to the next.
The Southern mom, she's a great example.
You know, the South is the friendly place.
So we know what we're doing as a Southern mom. A lot of sugar.
More sugar than you think.
My sweet tea can send you to the hospital.
Do I lose my Southern card if I say I think Milo's tea is too sweet?
But I put 4 cups of sugar per gallon.
You can feel the diabetes just about to take over. Once you taste the sweet tea from the Southern mom, it's over with. You be like that. Oh, you must have been peeping in my window.
There are days that you know, I messed up and can I go back and redo this day?
The one thing you have to know is that you just can only do what you know. You can't teach your children what you don't know. You just realize that you're gonna make mistakes, because you don't get a book. And you can't allow guilt and depression and anxiety. There's too many young women dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know where that came from all of a sudden. I don't know if it's in that church's chicken, honey.
Probably more people suffer it than maybe even realize. And if they do realize it, they may not seek help. I think it's totally understandable to feel that way, and very advisable to get help if you do feel that way.
Outside, you want everyone to think your life is wonderful. And behind closed doors, no one's life is wonderful. Because everybody's screaming at their children on Sunday morning, then you walk in church going, and everything's good, and we're good. God bless you. Yeah, I mean, it's not real.
You're not perfect. You will never be perfect. Just be real with yourself. Love self-care. If you don't love yourself, how do you expect to love someone else? So love yourself, look yourself in the eyes and say, I love me. That's not selfish. It's really, we need self-care.
Because as long as you live, you're gonna have to deal with life. And life is so powerful. Ain't life powerful? Ooh, yeah, it's straight with no chase.
Sometimes the best thing to do is walk away.
I sort of go for distraction, either present a toy or start singing or anything, play music, anything. If that doesn't work, I just walk away. And I've done it.
The worst is the grocery store. When they start pitching the fit, everybody's eyes turn towards you. And you're just like, whatever you do, somebody's gonna judge you and go, and you're just embarrassed. And so the best thing I have found is to walk away. They're gonna be fine, nobody's gonna pick them up. When they realize you're gone, they'll run after you.
My kids used to have fits, like sometimes they call themselves have fit. I get right down that floor, have fit with them. They be like, they leave out the room, I still be having a fit. They like, she crazy.
I start throwing a fit. So when they start all that hollering and all that, I go, ah! And that's why they stop and think about it. And sometimes you have to keep humor in raising kids.
Read the instructions all the way through before beginning.
If it say 3 teaspoons, don't try to do 5 or 6.
Secondly is to don't let a failure the first go round dissuade you from trying it again.
You definitely need to pray over your food. You really do. My sister, she was just the best cook. That is the ingredient that when everybody would taste her food, they'd be like, it's something, it's the love. You could always taste the love in her food.
I laugh because I am left-handed. And my mama's advice was just let me do it because she always was afraid that I was gonna cut my hand off in the kitchen. My husband had friends that said, oh, one of the things you need to do before you get married is cook together. We're gonna cook Mexican. He sends me to the store to get an avocado. I came home with an artichoke. It was terrible. And now I'm almost married 40 years. I still don't like cooking, really, but I've learned. don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to buy artichokes instead of avocados. And you just have to do it. Nobody's going to starve.
It just all depends on what they've done, because some of them can be ratchet.
If it is a toxic relationship, I do not believe in staying in it. I don't care who it is. If it's a toxic relationship, my advice is to steer clear.
Yes, you need to cut them, and I'm being real. Cut them in a way not to be disrespectful, but if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. You can cut them in a way that you can still love them. I can love you, but I don't have to have tea with you.
The old adage of you're standing on a stool, is it easier to pull somebody up to you or to have them pull you down? And I just can't let family members or friends be that person that pulls me down. And sometimes people are just beyond pulling up.
Well, you know, as far as for me, the way I feel about it, I have to forgive in order to survive. You have to allow yourself to heal.
You know, just keep it surface, very social, limited time with that person or persons, and just don't get close enough to get burned.
That you're gonna survive it.
He was so not worth it.
Some people's in your life for seasons. And I think just love yourself. And I know you will cry, but this too will pass. And keep it moving.
Time will pass. There is always something or someone better. And it didn't work out for a reason. My heart breaks for people who are so heartbroken.
That pain consumes you. You try to breathe around it. That's how I remember. Just try to. Oh, it hurts so bad. You be in a room with 1 million people and feel alone. When my heart was broken, I cried every single day. And I'll never forget the day that I put my hand to my face and it wasn't wet. And that's when I knew I was healing.
I will hold you, 25-year-old, and let you cry and let you cry and let you not put makeup on for a week or a month or whatever it is, but hold on, it will pass. This segment was brought to you by the game Just Like Mama Used to Say, and you can get your own copy at store.southernthing.com.